Dear friends, what miracle took place in Jannat-ul-Baqi during a grave excavation? Who was the child in the grave? Allahu Akbar. Respected viewers of Mystical Islam, Assalamu alaikum. Friends, an astonishing incident occurred in Jannat-ul-Baqi that left the world in awe. Science asks how this is possible, but where human understanding and science end, the miracles of Allah's power begin. Friends, during the excavation of a grave in Jannat-ul-Baqi, a child was discovered inside, leaving everyone stunned. The identity of the child amazed all those present, and a video of this event spread worldwide, shocking everyone. Scientists claimed it was impossible, but it happened. When you hear the full details of this incident, you'll be overwhelmed with a sense of awe for Allah's power. This child's story began years ago in the blessed city of Medina Munawwara, where a righteous man named Abdul Wahid lived a pious life with his wife. They spent their days in prayer and devotion, yearning for a child. After years of longing and heartfelt supplications, Allah blessed them with a son. They named him Abdul Wahid, signifying his uniqueness as he was their only child. Abdul Wahid was a remarkable child, gifted with wisdom and understanding far beyond his years. From an early age, he exhibited a deep love for the deen, showing qualities that filled his parents' hearts with joy and gratitude. At the tender age of 5, Abdul Wahid would join his father for congregational prayers, even though prayer was not yet obligatory for him. His devotion was so profound that he would stand beside the adults, following each movement with utmost sincerity and focus. His parents were astonished at his love for worship, recognizing that their son was no ordinary child. As he turned 6, the blessed month of Ramadan approached, bringing with it an even deeper commitment from Abdul Wahid. He expressed his desire to fast alongside his parents. Initially, they tried to dissuade him, knowing the difficulty of fasting at such a young age, but Abdul Wahid's insistence left them no choice. He fasted with unwavering determination, completing each day with patience and strength, fulfilling his fasts with as much devotion as any adult. This young boy's love for Allah didn't end there. Shortly after Ramadan, Abdul Wahid made another heartfelt request to perform Umrah. His parents were moved by his sincerity and arranged for him to travel to Makkah. The family journeyed together, and despite the scorching heat, Abdul Wahid completed the pilgrimage with a heart full of devotion. Even though he was still a child, he performed each ritual with a maturity and dedication that left everyone around him in awe. His frail body bore the strain of the journey, yet his spirit remained unbreakable. Upon returning to Medina, his health began to wane, but his dedication to Allah's worship was as strong as ever. As the month of Ramadan drew to a close, the blessed day of Jumu'atul-Wida, the farewell Friday of Ramadan, arrived. Abdul Wahid, weak but resolute, prepared to attend the Jumu'ah prayer with his father at Masjid al-Nabawi, the Prophet's mosque. He insisted on fasting that day, saying it was his desire to observe Jumu'atul-Wida in the most sacred way. His parents, though worried, could not hold him back from this act of devotion. As they stood in prayer, Abdul Wahid entered into sujud, prostration, but this time he did not lift his head. His soul had returned to his Creator while he was in the state of sujud in the Prophet's mosque. In that blessed place during the blessed month, and in the most humble posture of worship, Allah took back his servant. The news of his passing shook his family, but with hearts full of faith, they accepted Allah's will. With heavy hearts and tearful eyes, Abdul Wahid's father laid him to rest in Jannat-ul-Baqi, the sacred cemetery where many companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, are buried. His parents found solace in knowing that their son was now in the company of the righteous. Years passed, and Abdul Wahid's story lived on in the hearts of those who had witnessed his extraordinary life. Then, 5 years later, the unimaginable happened. Another child was to be buried in the same spot in Jannat-ul-Baqi, as is customary when older graves are reused. However, when the gravedigger began the excavation, he was met with a scene that left him frozen in awe. Abdul Wahid's body was found in the grave, completely untouched by time. His face was radiant, his shroud pure white, and a beautiful fragrance filled the air around him, as if he had just been laid to rest moments earlier. The gravedigger, overcome with shock, immediately informed the cemetery administration, who in turn contacted Abdul Wahid's father. When his father arrived and saw his son, he was moved to tears, witnessing with his own eyes a miracle of Allah. It was as if Allah was preserving Abdul Wahid's body as a testimony to his devotion and purity. A bystander recorded the incident, and the video soon spread across social media, reaching people around the world. Those who watched it were moved to tears. Abdul Wahid's purity, devotion, and love for Allah earned him a blessed departure from this world and a miraculous preservation in the grave. What about us? Are we preparing for our own meeting with Allah in a way that will bring honor to our souls? Are we striving to fulfill our duties as Muslims and to embody the values of our religion? Dear friends, we still have time to turn to Allah, to seek His forgiveness, and to aspire for a death as blessed as Abdul Wahid's. Let us reflect upon our actions, renew our faith, and live with the hope of earning Allah's mercy in both this life and the hereafter. Please share your thoughts on this incredible story in the comments. If you were inspired by this video, don't forget to like and share it with others. Make sure to subscribe to our channel Mystical Islam and click the bell icon to receive updates on our latest videos. Take care of yourselves and extend kindness to those around you, especially those who may not have anyone to care for them. Until our next video, Allah Hafiz.